Talking Pink, and we are here. We're back. We ready to talk about some shit. Let's get it. Hey guys, welcome back. Hey Pinkies, welcome back. It's another show, another week, another time, another day. We're gonna talk about a lot of shit today. Recap what happened. A recap of what happened this week with me. It's a lot of bullshit. I've realized that I just give up,
What you
and
mean?
I say that when I say I give up, I mean I'm not gonna expect a lot from people because they let you down so
Yeah,
much.
yeah.
And so I just realized that just today that, I got a job to do and I'm just going to do my
You
job.
can't save the world.
But it was just disappointing. I can't save the world. Although I would love to. I want to teach you how to save your fucking selves.
Tell
But
what
if
happened?
you don't listen,
What happened?
I can't help you. I don't
happened?
really want to talk about it specifically what happened,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's just accountability.
Today.
All week.
Oh, okay.
All week it's just been lack of that, and I can't, like I said, I just can't do it anymore. I'm too nice.
You're
See?
so sweet. But she not really like this, y'all. Y'all better follow the
I
fucking
am.
show. She can cut your ass without opening her mouth.
It's not true.
No, it's
It's
true.
not true. What happened with you this week?
So, I was looking at YouTube this week at different shit. And I ran across this. You know how people do watch videos? They want to see your reaction, right?
Yeah.
So I was looking at this one, and it was titled something like, "The girl has to tell her mom that the mom's boyfriend is messing with her or coming in her room." Isn't that disgusting?
Oh my
I said,
God.
why would somebody send somebody this shit to get their reaction? So I'm like, let me just watch and see what the fuck happened. So the girl's walking downstairs. She put the phone down and she was like, "Mom, I need to talk to you." The mom's cleaning up or whatever. And
Yeah.
it's got a lot of views, so I know somebody's gonna know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But the mom's cleaning up. And so she was like, "Wait, what you gotta talk about?" And she was like, "It's your boyfriend." And she was like, "What about him?" And so she was like, "He came in my room and he touched me. You know, when y'all came from the club the other night, he came in my room and he touched me again." And she was like, "What you mean touch you? Like, touch you how?" Like, the mom got
these
so
people
defensive.
White, black, Hispanic.
Does it matter?
Oh yeah.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
Well, I want.
Okay, so they were
What-
African American. Okay.
Okay,
It was us. They was black. Okay. So let me just describe to you. So she was like, "What you mean he touched you? Like, what you had on?" I was like, "What the fuck?"
What does
And
that
she was
have-
like, "Did you have on did you have on them booty shorts and something?" She was like, "Mom, I was sleep. Y'all came from the club. I'm in my room and I'm laying down and I'm asleep. And he came in my room after y'all came from the club and he touched me." So basically, she made it seem like you she
enticed
said,
him. You made
yes.
him want
She
to
said,
touch
"You trying to steal my boyfriend or something?"
Mother.
I said, "What the fuck?" And then the lady paused and she was like, "I'm sorry. I mean, I'm gonna have to keep watching because this is you want to
You
get
are
my
engaged.
reaction." But she was just like, she basically was attacking her daughter. And saying, "You walk around here in them little bitty ass shorts, you know." She said, "This is stuff that you bought me." And she was like, "I don't understand why you lying on him. He a good man. He a good man. He pay bills. You know, he a good man. You lying on him. So you must have did something for this grown ass man to go in your room and to touch you."
Wow.
So she said, "You know what, Mom? I thought I could talk to you. I could come to you and you listen to me or you hear me out." So then she said, "Well, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to just get my stuff. I'm going to leave and I'm going to call the police." And then she was like, "Why you trying to fuck up some shit? You always trying to fuck up some shit."
Damn.
Okay, so I'm a mother and I have girls. Okay, if my child or children come to me and say some shit like this, I'm going to have to take a step back and I'm going to have to, let me just hear what they have to say.
All right.
So let me just listen first. because as a mother, you're supposed to be nurturing and you're supposed to protect your fucking kids. But if your child comes to you and says, this person has harmed me or makes me feel uncomfortable, then as a mother, you need to take a step back and figure out what the fuck you got to do. So it made me feel a lot of ways about the mother. And then it made me feel a lot of ways about the situation. So people that know me know that I was molested as a child, but I wasn't, it was by a very close group of people. Let me just say it like that, because I don't want to say, but it was by somebody that's close to, people trust people. People gotta work and people gotta do shit. And so, you think I'm sending my child off, they're with family or they're with friends or there's someone. So
you don't have to worry about it.
I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
But it made me feel some type of way, and I feel like in that situation, after watching the video, I questioned myself, like, well, why didn't I say anything? Because I felt like if I said something, I felt like I was going to be attacked. Like, what did you do to put yourself in that situation? Wow. So I never brought it up. I never said anything. So as an adult, you still deal with this.
You was going to get that same reaction.
I thought I was going to get the same reaction. So for me, it was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Deal with it. It ain't killing me. Apparently. And then you also think, is this something that happens to people? Is this supposed to happen?
Normal.
Is this my norm? Do other people deal with this? But I didn't even have conversation with close friends.
So you kept that all.
So I kept that to myself. So I got a lot of emotions looking at this video because I felt for this girl. It takes a lot to come to your parent and say someone is harming me, and I don't take that shit for granted. I say if somebody makes you feel some type of way, I need you to communicate that with me. But if you don't open your mouth, I don't know how to help you. I'm not a mind reader. But if you feel like, even if a person makes you feel a type of way, they don't have to necessarily be physical at all, but if they just make you feel a way, he just makes me uncomfortable. It's some people that I was around as a child that just made me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, because
children they can feel energy.
They can.
They know when something's not right.
And if you pay enough attention to your kids, you can see their mannerisms.
Yeah, they change.
Even in a direction that you drive, it's like, oh shit, I know where we're about to go.
Yeah.
But some people don't fucking pay attention. You want to break that bad. Like this bitch wanted her bills paid that bad. I'm okay with him coming in your fucking room and fucking with you because my bills are getting fucking paid. All she kept saying was, why the fuck you keep doing this shit?
Wow. That's sad. That's fucking sad.
Like, it made me feel really, really bad for this girl. And I'm like, I hope she got out. But I don't know what type of world we live in to where people post shit like this and send it to somebody just to get a reaction. Like, nobody took charge, like,
it's the age of social media. Getting that view or that attention, that's what they're craving. Because she ain't getting it from her mom. So somebody got to be there to, help her out or be on her side or, to nurture her, just like you said. So
that takes so
and it's
much
misdirected.
Bravery for you to just, like, you don't know how your world is going to be shifted by you just going to say something.
Well, I just want to say that we do have a guest. I'm sorry we went so deep into this, but
that's what happened this weekend.
It's a heated topic right here.
It's hot.
It's hot. And
we're gonna keep it hot.
Speaking of hot, we got some heat up in here.
We got some heat. The roof is on fire.
we got
Holly heat. We have some. We want to bring the heat with Miss Holly Heat. Hi, Holly. Welcome to TALKinPINk.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I was really into mine.
No, I was there with you. I was feeling everything you were saying.
So how do you feel
about that? My gosh. That made my anxiety spike right now. I'm hot.
I'm hot. I'm for real.
No, and I'm admittedly like a helicopter mom. Mm-hmm. So
what does that mean?
Yeah. I'm probably overprotective. My friends tell me I'm overprotective. Uh-huh. I'm kind of okay with that, though. I'm okay with being overprotective because I feel like as a mom, I have one job.
Yeah.
Like, my job is to protect my child.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
Right.
So, yeah, wow, that's crazy. I could never imagine.
I mean, that hurts.
A situation.
It
hurts. It hurts you as a mother
to feel
yes.
or to hear something like that.
Yes.
Because one, you're a parent. Two, you're a woman. Two, you've been a child, an innocent child before. So
yeah,
Rachel has experienced that. I've actually experienced that as well. So I mean, that I don't want to say it's a norm.
It's not
but
norm.
It has happened to a lot of women.
Yeah.
And it's too many to count.
Yeah. Yes.
And that, I mean, as women, I mean, as beautiful as we are and as much as we have to offer, we are very vulnerable. And of course, we need that protection. We not only need mom to be there, we need dad to be there. This is a situation right here where dad should have been definitely involved in. I don't know what kind of relationship she has with her father, but that's something that, that he should have swooped down and just came in to save her. And that's exactly what she needed. Yeah. But of course, probably didn't have that support. Yeah. Which is, something that,
I'm sorry, that's not where we want this show to go.
But you started this shit, so we gotta finish this shit.
Because it made me feel some type of way. I wasn't that brave, and I think I took a lot of things away from that, but I wasn't that brave. Mm-hmm. So
when you were that age,
I was. But the girl was 16. Like, even with the age, I don't think matters. It's still it's inappropriate.
Yeah,
it does not matter.
That's not what we're talking about.
No, but we got Holly here. She's about to tell us a little bit about herself. Yes. She's actually the NBA ambassador for the Miami Heat. So she got the connections.
Actually, I am. I'm a self-proclaimed Dwayne Wade's biggest fan. So
clarify, since we don't want the union to come.
He's retired. Yeah, I don't need any of those problems. Okay. Since he's retired, I'm not sure where I'm actually taking my talent, so to speak.
Okay.
This season, because my favorite player's retired, and I've gotten through this period of mourning.
Right.
But in general, I'm just a huge NBA fan. I just like talking about sports. I like. I like using my platform just to talk about stuff, get reactions from people. Right. It's just I thrive off of that.
Did you play sports when you were younger?
I played tennis.
Oh, really?
I played tennis. Yes. Yes, I was actually very, very good at tennis. I was varsity all 4 years of high school.
Oh, wow.
When I was junior, senior year, I started getting off track and distracted by some other things, and I kind of, it's that kind of story. But no, I played tennis, but I come from a background of a family that was big basketball. I have this Indiana University sweatshirt on because both of my grandfather, grandmother went to Indiana University. It's Hoosiers, so it's huge basketball. If you know anything about Indiana basketball, it's a big deal. So, I come by my love for basketball. Honestly, I love really all sports. I'm trying to branch out. I've also gotten into a lot of health and wellness.
Right.
I'm a workout fiend now.
Oh yes,
so
we know that
exactly.
Very well.
Instagram.
Yeah,
she got that body. She put in the work.
So yeah.
How did you get into that?
What, fitness?
No. As far as being an ambassador, how did did somebody approach you, or did you?
No, I don't know if I'd even say I really just like talking shit, more to speak about. Am I allowed to say that? I don't know. Is this?
Okay.
Girl, this is
TALKinPINk. TALKinPINk.
Yeah.
No,
so whatever calls about my mouth.
I really like just talking shit about sports. When I'm into it, I'm gonna make my point. I'm gonna talk all the shit I can. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know how it really evolved. I just started really getting into basketball mainly when I was actually in high school, when I was kind of the outsider, and I just happened to start watching games one day, and I'm like, wow, I love this.
Yeah.
And it just became kind of my thing, and I just carried it with me. And then it's you go on, you interact with different groups of people and stuff. You're like, okay, I pay enough attention to have a stake in this now, and I can start talking shit. Yeah. And so people actually kind of like that, and not too many females are out here just really putting their opinions out there, because it's not.
That's what I wanted to talk about. As a woman, and this is, of course, basketball is a man's sport, although we do have the WNBA, but men really dominate this sport. So how does it feel being in the position as a woman, but you know your shit?
Exactly.
Do you always have to prove yourself? Like, do you have to always give them the rundown? Like, you ain't talking to no simple ass person.
Right.
So how do you?
No, you
really?
Do. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm not going to be the person to sit up here and say I know everything about the sport, but I pay fucking attention.
Right.
So I pay attention, and I've been watching for a little while now, and I try to do as much homework as I can, and then of course like. A lot of this stuff is opinion based. Everybody has their own opinion.
Exactly.
You can be wrong like 100% of the time, and as long as you're like projecting your opinion out there, somebody's gonna listen.
Somebody's
to you.
listening. Yeah.
So I mean, as a woman, I can be as wrong as many times as a man, but I'm gonna get more flack for it because I'm a woman.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's the whole glass ceiling thing,
Of course.
which doesn't bother me because I'm talking about these adrenaline-based sports, and I know what comes with it, so it doesn't bother me necessarily.
So you've got enough experience to know, like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure as I progress, I'll get more and more, roasted and. Heckled and all of that. But, hey, I'm usually doing a lot of the roasting and heckling myself. So you have to be able to take what you give.
Oh, definitely. So when you are offering your opinion about your team or whatever player, so when you're getting a response, it's mostly men.
Yes.
Do they try to drop in your DM sometimes?
I don't know why she asked this question. If y'all follow her on Insta, if y'all follow her on any social site, it's a mountain of motherfuckers in her DM. Go to Holly. What's the actual drop? Okay, they put it up there on the screen. Go check it out. Is it private or is it public?
No, it's all public.
It's public. Go look at it. You gonna see why.
If y'all want to play inbox roulette later, I let my friends kind of go through there sometimes and just give a response, whatever y'all want to say back. But no, I mean, I really do appreciate the love from people, but it's like a difference between like the love and the thirst.
Exactly.
And I understand what I put out there.
Right.
Don't get me wrong.
Right.
I'm a self-proclaimed like bikini queen.
Right.
I like being half naked a lot of the time.
Right.
So I understand it. So I'm never going to just be like, guys, take it easy.
Exactly.
Take it easy, guys. Why are you treating me like I'm some sexual object?
Oh,
I'm not.
If y'all go look at her page, y'all gonna see
she's hot.
I'm not naive, but yeah, sometimes it just gets a little.
Have there ever been any unsolicited photos or videos?
Okay, so I had a. I don't know if we have. I don't know. Anyway, so I had a guy that was like a feet guy. But he didn't want like the regular like feet pictures or like whatever. He wanted the soles of my feet. And I was like, okay. But and I was like, well, I can send you a feet picture. How much, cash at me or whatever. So I sent, soles of my feet. And he's like, all right, now can we video chat so you can see me? And I was like, no. I was like,
I just need to sew your feet up to the screen. So
yes, and I was like, no. So I do get some creepy.
You didn't even ask how much first. How much would you?
I think he said it was either $50 or $100. If it had been $100, I might have been like, all right, I'm gonna throw a blanket over the part where I can't see your stuff. But
I'm gonna rub my feet together real fast.
I mean, it gets a little out of hand sometimes, but.
So I have a quick question. So you put up on Instagram that you wanted to go to the Astros game.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Yes.
Did you get a date?
No, I didn't.
I was like, I want to go. Who want to take me? Who want to take me?
I was fishing yesterday.
Nobody.
And I didn't get. I think somebody said they would give me money to go to the game.
Yeah.
But just with the logistics, because I live far and it was kind of last minute, I didn't get to go. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I can really use that for something else.
Yeah.
Something else. Yeah. But they won, so I kind of wish I had gone.
Yeah. I was like, I have to ask her this because she asked. I mean,
I'm pretty sure she'd have taken a picture, right? Had you gone?
Oh yeah, no, I would have no issue with that. Yeah. Like here's the thing. Like when I'm asking to go to some event, I mean, I mingle with everybody anyway. So even if I were to go somewhere by myself, chances are I'm gonna end up hanging out with somebody that's like the people that are in my DMs or whatever. So I'm like, dude, if you want to go to a game, we can go. Listen, now if I have to step aside and like take my little pictures and talk to my followers, and, then it is what it is. But yeah.
So are you dating anybody? A baller? Nobody?
My heart is cold. No. I say I'm empty inside right now. No, I went through really
of people that would like to feel you up.
It's a no for me. No, I think everybody has their season for things, and right now is not my season for dating. I'm just extremely selfish right now. Admittedly, selfish.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And I'm like, I can't be of use to anyone right now. What is it like
dating in your field though? Like, do you have some people that are like, I get what you do, but we're dating now, so can you like not do?
I mean,
or post?
So it's funny, and I don't know how much you guys know about. I was in a relationship. Well, I was in a relationship, and then we were on and off for like a long time. And it was like this extremely ambiguous relationship, but we really loved each other. I was always going to see him because he was out of the country a lot, things like that. And then like it ended kind of abruptly, sort of, and it made me like extremely jaded and scorned. And throughout our time, he did voice some things about like me, what I post.
Right.
He was like, this is too sexy and stuff. And I never post bare ass.
Right. Exactly.
I never like really turn around. People always turn around. I'm like, why?
Right. You can see what the fuck it is.
Yeah.
From
I'm
the
like,
front.
If you can see it from the front, you can see it from the back.
Like you can go see a million girls that are turning around. But first of all, I have a daughter.
Yeah.
Second of all, who's paying me to do all this?
Exactly.
I'm not Kim Kardashian and Kylie Jenner. Nobody's cutting me a check to show my ass.
Right. Speaking of.
So no. But he did have some issues with what I posted, and I admittedly, and I can always admit when I'm wrong. At one point he was like, "Why don't you like post me on your page and stuff like that?" And I was like, "Well, I think my followers would be kind of like disappointed." So I kind of fucked up on that one. But
you
he
feel
was
like
not.
You fucked up because it's,
are you embarrassed of me?
No, and that's the thing. You have to respect the space that I'm in. This is my business.
But at the same time, I really did genuinely love him, and it was a very immature response for me. And guys are gonna be thirsty no matter what.
Yeah.
They're gonna follow you, and if they like your personality, like who you are, they should follow you no matter what.
Right.
So that was the wrong response for me, and he definitely held it over my head. And as far as like the things I posted, I did try to tone it down for him. But like I said, I've never been nude. I've never shown my bare ass. I've never done anything that's like super raunchy.
Do you get paid to post what you're posting?
Are you a model?
No, I don't say I'm a model at all.
No, but do you get paid to do it?
So it depends. Like back in the day, in the golden age of Instagram hosting and stuff, I used to get paid to do like appearance type work, like come to this club, and it basically they want your promotion.
Yeah.
Right.
So come to you promote it for them, and then you're like, okay, everybody that likes me is going to come out to this.
Right.
So I would get paid from that.
Right.
I did like a couple little modeling gigs, or people that want to like promote their stuff. I don't promote too much on my page just because like I'm kind of picky, because I don't really, when I want to use it, I really want people to pay attention.
Exactly.
So I try to be like very like particular about it.
Okay. Thank you, Black Hand. He's going to pass the wine around now. What are we drinking tonight? Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a Stella Rosa.
Okay.
Bless you.
This one's good. I'm glad you picked a good one this time, Black Hand. Good job. You get the black fist, Black Hand.
Oh my God.
Good job. Yeah, these are really good.
Do we?
Oh yeah,
we can't reach her.
No.
Oh,
because
or
I'm
did
short.
I mess it up? Oh no, I didn't mean that. That's not what I meant.
He's Black Hand. I'm short here.
That's definitely. I did not mean that. No, I did not.
She's trying
mean
to burn me
up. Listen, I'm short. I'm short.
Toast to the heat.
So, thank you. Appreciate that.
Oh, that's good.
See?
I might not wake up with a hangover.
Okay.
I hope not.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God. So every
wow,
week
that's
we
good.
have
It tastes
a
like
drink,
pears.
a different drink.
Okay.
It does. I can taste the pear in them. And Rachel's not a drinker.
Not
I'm surprised she didn't give the disclosure
Rachel.
before she took
Oh,
us.
I literally, this is my disclaimer. Wherever you are, I can get there naturally. I literally, that's my personality, genuinely. But I don't have to drink.
Okay.
But for her birthday, we drank.
Yeah.
For every episode,
That's right.
we
Put
drank.
that friendly peer pressure on her.
Exactly.
I like that. I like
say that. Don't fall to peer pressure. If you don't want to fucking don't drink.
So every Friday or every Saturday, she's got a hangover.
Every Saturday. And then we have to get up and go work out.
If you get a hangover for this little glass, I'm going to be upset.
Well,
I'm going to check with you tomorrow. Listen.
Look, on her page, she going to have a hand like this. No, Rachel. So I'm going to take that spanking because it's from the heat, okay? So you brought up Kylie and the other plastic.
Yes.
Are you natural?
Yes.
Okay, so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, if you haven't looked her up already,
like we've been telling you all this whole half hour.
she is half black.
No.
From the bottom.
I'm just saying.
The bottom part is black.
Generic?
I mean, this is completely natural. I mean, I'm flattered that you think it's
I was like, damn.
So if you don't
your
really,
pictures.
if you're not really looking, you're just scrolling, you see you. It's like, oh, she's a fine black girl.
That's what I thought.
I didn't
just rub on. I mean,
is that
no,
a tan?
I
Is
didn't.
she tan?
Yeah, this is a fake tan. This is a fake tan.
Because most of the pictures I was looking for didn't really have a close up of the face.
No,
It was just the body. I was like,
yeah.
And she got that.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm
all.
still trying to
it's
figure
all
out
natural.
how to do my
act-
find my angles.
the angles. Listen,
listen,
angles. You got to be a master of angles. I don't care who you
I'm
are.
still
If you're
trying to figure that out.
Kim, Kylie, Amber Rose, whoever you are.
all plastics. That's why we
all-
don't know how to do it.
But I'm saying, even if you're natural, like you have to be a master of your angles. You know, accentuate
think
your
I care that much.
angles.
This is really good. I'm gonna have to
It
get a
is.
second
It
bite.
is tasty. I'm gonna take a little sip.
I really hope I don't have no hangover tomorrow.
So, Blackhand knows what to do for next week, right?
Some sweet heat.
I like it. I love
So
it.
what inspired the name?
Okay, so because I'm a Dwayne Wade fan, I've been following him since college, and he played for the Miami Heat. And he would have always been with the Miami Heat if the stupid ass
Exactly.
general manager hadn't screwed him over and not given him his money that he earned, and he didn't have to leave and go to Chicago and then subsequently Cleveland and then back to Miami. But yeah, so Heat, because I am or was a Heat fan to be determined. I want to have like an announcement, like the LeBron announcement.
Yeah.
Where I'm going to announce
Press
where I'm taking my talent
You
for the
want to have
2000
an announcement of the hairline?
hairline.
No.
So LeBron, I've seen LeBron on TV lately, and his hairline's looking pretty good.
Hold on. It was like, you know what I'm talking about.
What you mean?
He don't have no damn hairline. It's like
Please
somebody
look up a
erased his-
picture. Do we have? Who can look up his?
No, we not.
We have somebody. No, LeBron's hairline has been legit, and I am not like a super LeBron fan because I'm a Dwayne Wade fan.
Yeah.
But
she don't cheat.
his hairline has been.
Okay, well that's good.
It's been legit.
I feel like you.
I
Got
don't
the money
know.
for
I feel
it.
like like you
could-
should be
Well,
able
yeah,
to.
you can buy
you can
one.
do anything
You can,
these days.
yeah, they
Okay,
got
you don't
that
need to
do
buy
grow.
a hairpiece.
You can put some do grow
No,
down there. And
I mean they
it'll
said
grow
that he was
naturally.
getting those sprinkle things at first, and you could kind of tell.
Oh,
but now
yeah.
it looks legit. It looks legit.
So do you
It's
think you
growing.
could ever be this for other players or other teams?
She's
like
gonna
a
have
super
to.
fan.
I think she can. She gonna find somebody. What about the balls?
Oh, what balls are you talking about? Look at you, Keita! And this is on your first drink.
Is that still
I was like, we're over there.
Okay, all right.
Just
So
roll
we're going there.
What about them balls?
I mean, if
No.
we're going there, then
Like
let's take
LeVar hit LeVar Ball and his sons.
Well,
Exactly.
since I know, since we
Them balls, them
differentiated
balls.
what balls we're talking about here. Ooh, I
Yeah,
thought
no,
that
we
was
haven't
okay.
got to that one yet.
Yeah,
It's back
okay.
in.
But no, I could see. I need to watch LaMelo a little more, and it's funny because I actually have the app for the league he's playing in, and I'll show you on my phone. And I haven't watched him, so maybe LaMelo. I don't know about Lonzo so much, but I definitely root for all of the balls.
That's what we are.
Go balls.
Exactly.
Just because I'm a fan of his father, what he's done with the family and everything. Despite all the criticism, I'm like a fan, and I want them to do super well. So
Exactly.
And I think they will. I mean, they have so much.
I mean, they really already have.
Yeah. And he's doing it his way, and it's for his family. So that is his main focus, and I think that he really will do well. Of course, they're going to have some people who are going to hate or not appreciate what he's doing, but it's been done before. I mean, if he wasn't as vocal as he is, he probably wouldn't get as much criticism. But we've had brothers who've participated in the sport and done well. I can't remember the football players. Is it the Peyton brothers? I can't remember. I'm sorry. I'm not a sports fanatic.
Exactly.
I know
to say
very little.
This may be difficult for me because I'm nasty. I don't know a lot about I know a lot about balls, but I don't know a lot about these balls.
About those balls, right.
Right. I was like, I'm not a sports person. Like, I'll go, I'll go to a game or I'll look at TV.
But you can pretty much
root.
understand what's going on.
I can understand it, but I don't have an opinion like her. I just feel like I'm gonna just be talking shit just because I'm going against the team.
Listen,
that you're
but we
for.
need you too. We need you as long. Hey, as long as you're going against
I'm available.
Anybody that plays the Texans, or you're going for what?
Hold on, wait.
You need to go against anybody that plays the Texans, because I'm a Texans fan.
I got it.
And just as long as you
So
root for.
If I
What?
didn't.
Okay. I mean, that wasn't where I was going with that, but
never mind.
I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I mean, there's a lot of directions we can go with this.
Okay.
In fact, let's take a note. And
So you're a Texas fan, and
yeah,
are
Texans fan.
Are you all Texas teams?
Well, Texans, Astros. I don't pay as much attention to baseball because, like, my parents always made me watch baseball when I was a kid, and I was like, I don't want to watch baseball.
So
yeah,
boring to watch on TV.
Playoff baseball is super exciting.
Exactly,
though.
that's different.
So here I am. Go Astros.
Yeah.
But
I'm a bandwagoner.
Oh no!
I just ride the.
I
wave
made like
when
a
we're
whole.
doing good. It's like, yay! I'm in Texas. We're doing good, and then we losing. I don't care.
My husband is a Saints fan.
Okay, so I went to a game at the Superdome, and it was like the most fun I've ever had. I was kind of like super wasted probably, but it was like so much fun.
Of course you had to be super wasted.
Exactly.
Okay, I feel justified in my
limit on their alcohol.
Yeah.
We gotta wait till
well,
12.
at the NFL stadiums they do, but
they cut it off. It's 2:00. Hurry up and go give me another.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Bring 2 or 3 back. Yeah.
So who was playing? Saints.
It was the Texans and Saints. It was Texans.
Okay.
I had a great time.
And you were there. So how was it like being there, rooting for?
Oh man. Well, I mean, since the close proximity to Houston, there were a lot of Texans fans there.
Okay,
I thought I was like all like, and I went there with like the littlest shorts on and everything, and I was like, ain't nobody gonna know me over here. Yeah. I was wearing these short ass shorts in here with my jersey, and then it's like, oh, hey everybody, like then I'm getting texts of me like from the back, people taking pictures. I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't think anybody would know me over here, but I guess y'all do. But
they follow you.
Yeah, I'm like,
New Orleans.
We were had this controversial topic that was out there. The GM for the Houston Rockets.
Yeah.
Daryl Morey.
Yeah.
He made that comment about free. What is it? He's for Hong Kong, and it just went way left. What do you think about that? Were you following that story?
I mean, I'm a sports junkie, so like I pay attention to all the news like very diligently, and while I believe in treating everybody right and everything like that, I'm also like a firm believer in kind of like minding your own business. So I understand where he was coming from, and I understand America's stance on a lot of like foreign issues and stuff like that. But it was also very awkward that, we have our players over there and then you make these statements while our players are over there and you make it like very like tense situation for them.
It's kind of detrimental.
So, so I don't necessarily like I don't at all agree with putting any of our people in harm's way. I'm not saying that they would necessarily do anything, but and even putting them in awkward situations to just be like, okay, now I have to talk about this. And some of them might not be well versed on the topic because I'm not well versed on the topic. Right. Or just I don't feel like just because you're famous that you have to have a stance on an issue. That might not be like your place. You might not want to do that. You know? So yeah, I just kind of feel like sometimes we just have to be like, okay, listen.
That has nothing to do with us.
Let's
You're
just take
sports
a step
guy.
back.
You stick with the sports part of this.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of things they're doing over there are egregious. I've read a lot of articles about human rights problems over there, but
I
it's
think
just
there's
like,
human rights issues
everywhere. Really everywhere, honestly. So I'm like, can we fix our own shit?
Yeah.
Pretty much, because we got a lot of shit
We
to
got a
fix.
lot of shit. Yeah.
Because we can't get acknowledged for slavery.
Right.
Oh.
Because we supposed to forget about that shit. That
no,
shit.
we too busy giving massa a hug.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, yeah, that's number one. First, we need to acknowledge that and that there was a lot of fuckery against black people of African descent. And that if you wanted to fix anything, fix that first.
Fix
so
this. And
I'm all for reparations.
Yeah, and it's so
they're like, that didn't happen.
Yeah, so
what
let's defer to something else now. And it's so easy. I saw like Trump was like criticizing Steve Kerr, who's coach of the Golden State Warriors, who's very outspoken about our social issues, and they were like, people were like, oh, why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say? And I'm like, and he didn't speak up and say anything like really definitively right at first, and then Trump criticized him, and it's like, really,
he's not the one criticizing anybody.
and Steve Kerr had like a perfect response and everything, and it was eloquent, and it was just on target and everything like that. And I completely agree with everything he said, but like I said, I just want us to kind of like mind. Let's fix our shit first.
Yes. Fix us first.
Yeah.
So, and I know that Daryl made the statement, and then Tillman, who's the owner of all the Landry restaurants and the Houston Rockets, he made a statement contrary to what Daryl said. So his stance was that I picked up was that, we got money or that we got investments over there, so let's just not
fucking up our money.
Yeah,
Tillman's a businessman.
Yeah.
I worked for Tillman. I mean, distantly, because I'm from Galveston, and Tillman Fertitta basically like owns Galveston because he has so many Landry's restaurants there. But it's like, he's a businessman. So at the end of the day, it's like, let's protect our investments and things like that. So I mean, if I'm a middle of the road person with most things. But at this point, especially like I said, with our players being over there, I'm just like, can we just like not do this right now? Like, let's just make sure everybody's
in a hostile situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
So excuse me. So when I when I read that article, I related it to like the wall that they're trying to build in Mexico, the United States border. So, and when I was thinking, I was like, okay, were they trying to get criminals extradited from the? You need
long hand.
You're
not even a drinker. Why are you the first one done?
Good. She is like, are you?
I mean, y'all babysitting y'all shit.
You sure you're gonna be able to?
I ain't got no
I'm
kid
sorry,
tonight.
I'm gonna be a little extra. And
Somebody gonna get
Take it off.
No,
No,
is there
that's
a
not.
curtain I can hide behind or
I'll
something?
look-
Should I go under the table?
Come out from
Exactly. Ooh, our view's about to go up.
It says Stella Rose.
Hold on, I might have to take my leg off.
But anyway, what I was saying was that just made me think about the wall that they're trying to build, and Trump trying to make Mexico pay for this wall, and he don't want any Mexicans here because he's trying to keep the criminals out. And I'm like, this fucking stupid.
Yes,
but
the
that's
only criminals
Trump.
are Mexican.
I think that's so fucking stupid.
Well, yeah.
But it's Trump. I mean, come on now. It's Trump who's making all these statements and trying to get all these laws or proposals passed, and
so where you gonna put the murderers and the rapists that are here, born here, and raised here? Where you gonna put them? Because you gonna throw them over the wall? Everybody that's coming over here is not no fucking murderer and a rapist.
They probably trying to escape some murders and a rapist. But anyway, Holly Heat done made it real hot up in here.
Okay, I thought maybe I was. It's the lights. We're gonna take it off.
I gotta remember if I got a shirt on. Let me think about it first. Let me think if I got a
UGK. Take it off. Take it off.
Take it off, Holly. Let me see you bend it off. Hey, go stroke. Oh, hello. I'm sorry. This shit is good. Oh my god,
it is really good.
So if you don't see me,
Listen. You know,
I think Black Hand be putting some extra in our glass because
every time he probably put more water in mine. That's why it tastes so good.
Every time he comes with a drink after our first drink. Girl,
you even got on a decent undershirt. It's so appropriate. My shit, I would have been waiting. Pick up my titties.
He always got something. We always get lit. Like we go from like 6 to like 20, and it'd be funny. But anyway, so we talked about your relationship earlier, and I wanted to know, do you think it's appropriate for a woman to be promiscuous?
What do you mean? While in a relationship? Or
no, just where you going with that?
No, just being like dating more than one man.
I think
is that promiscuous? Having choices? I got options, motherfucker. It ain't promiscuous.
You always had options.
Yeah.
You better remember that.
Yeah, I don't know. I first of all, I'm very like non-judgmental at this stage. I can't say I was always that way.
More than one man at a time.
Of course.
So is that what you mean?
It's like scouting.
What
to relate it to sports, it's like scouting.
Oh, yeah, you have to compare one against the other. Like, okay, I like him for that. You got to do your pros and your cons.
Girl. And I mean,
got to get them stats.
As women, we get so many, especially with the like social media being how you're bombarded with men trying to get at you all the time. So it's like, okay, well, if I'm going to try this out, then you're going to try more than one out.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you got to sleep with everybody. I'm definitely
not what we say.
But I mean, if you want to, hey,
that's your business.
I'm here for it. But
options, scouting. Okay.
But no, I think you definitely have to see what's out there. I don't feel like the first person you see on the street is going to be your soulmate.
But if it is, more power to you.
I mean, that happened to me like
just don't let it be on business.
Don't call out street names. Wait, like calling out a kid's name. Don't
let it be on business.
If you find your soulmate on business, that's okay.
You know,
you better love that motherfucker.
You know, they need love too.
Exactly.
So, what do you date? When I'm asked, what do you date? Like, what race of men do you date? Do you have a variety? Well, that was next.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? You want to go?
Listen. It's been some days.
Scout a woman.
It's been some days that I'm like, you know what? Maybe I can just switch over. And then I'm like, do I really want to learn how to eat pussy? No.
But you don't have to.
No, I actually.
You don't? I thought it.
No, you don't. You don't have to.
So a friend of mine was like, I was like, I could see being with you and like we could have a relationship. I think it will work really well, but I don't want to eat pussy. And she was like, nah, you could just pat it. And I was like, oh, okay.
Huh?
Is that a thing? I could pat it?
Like,
I'm
literally.
trying to do that tonight and see if that's a thing. You in trouble tonight.
So I was like, I could do that. I think I could rock with that. I could pat it.
So that, I mean, really, that's all you have to do is pat it. Like, are you
pat it.
like
good
caressing
boy,
it?
good girl?
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know. We didn't really get into the specifics of it.
He was like, never mind.
But I know I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna leave this like open as like an option though, because the way things are going, it's like cat lady or like maybe you know,
like
I don't know. I mean, yeah, kind of. I have a dog.
I want. Never mind.
Well, But I would say, so I would say a lot of men that I have dated have been of the African American persuasion. My ex-husband is black. Mm-hmm. My ex-boyfriend is black. I've really only had like 2.5 serious relationships, and they have been
2.5.
Yeah, because I had midget. No, I mean he wasn't short, but anyway, it was a complicated situation. So I only count it as a half, but because there's a certain page on Instagram, a certain club on Instagram that wants to keep reposting this video of me and him, and I guess I'm like, the token white person in the crowd. It's like they keep reposting this video.
Exactly.
And it has me in it with him, and I'm like, okay, I guess I'll count him as a half because, we were dating for a little while. But anyway, yeah, so I guess so. So I guess that I do kind of have a type, so to speak. But I like to feel like I'm equally, I'm equal opportunity.
Mm-hmm. I've dated outside my race.
Have you fucked outside your race?
Yes.
You have?
Wow, okay.
Yes.
Look at you. Got white me.
She didn't say white. Wait a minute. She didn't say white.
Was it brown
it was
meat?
white.
It was white. Okay.
Yeah.
What? Look at you. He dipped his stuff in some chocolate. Girl, yes. I've never dated.
Probably on that line the next day. Hey, baby, what do you do?
Exactly. We're not together. That just happened.
It was a weird experience because I didn't think that I had anything in common.
Like people didn't show up too well.
No, people wasn't there.
Oh no!
And it's just bad because we worked together.
Oh.
And yeah, it's not good.
Oh no! Good. I'm sorry to hear that.
But I came back.
Came back to black.
Yeah. Came back. My husband's extra light skinned, so
light as
maybe I'm still.
Y'all could be related.
I don't think it's the same.
I mean, y'all both go in the dark. Baby, I see you. Close your eyes if you don't want me to see your ass. Hide behind the curtain.
Hey, listen. With this little tan I bought.
You a little tan, so you a little darker than him.
No, I'm
Where do you go get tan?
I buy it from like Walgreens. And
like the spray?
It's like a foam, and then I like rub it on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite effective. Yeah.
Just need to learn to rub some
You
lotion.
ever had a tan, Rachel? I've had a tan.
I can't go in the
get
sun.
tan all the time when that dark mirror on top.
Hey.
That's my type. Speaking of dark meat, we're going to talk about Antonio Brown.
Okay.
And the allegations against him.
Okay.
Allegedly. What do you think about those alleged allegations?
Okay.
Do you think that's something that's real? Like, he don't seem like he really taking it serious.
Okay. So, first of all, let me say that I think Antonio Brown is probably a narcissist. I think he's dealing with some mental health issues. And he's probably an asshole. But the reason why I don't feel there's a lot of merit in her claims, and this is coming from a person that's been a victim of sexual violence on more than one occasion.
Right.
You filed a civil lawsuit before even thinking about filing criminal lawsuit or criminal charges.
Right. Right.
And I understand at the point that she filed it, maybe it was like beyond the statute of limitations and so forth. But I would be a little more outspoken about how this sexual predator, if you really feel like he's that, is a danger to other women.
Right.
Because for me, when I was, it was June 29th of 2013, I was raped. And I did everything pretty much by the book as far as like calling the police.
Right away.
I left the situation.
Right.
I called the police, rode in the ambulance, went to the hospital, got treated for every STD there was, got examined, everything.
Right.
You
and
mean
then I
tested?
followed
This
up.
is immediate.
Yeah. No, they treat you. Sometimes they
they
go ahead and treat you ahead of time. People don't know that, but they'll go ahead and treat you.
They
They'll ask you, do you want to be treated for like HIV or whatever? But those are like very harsh like things. So you're like, you have to make a decision. And I
Right.
said no because I was like, But anyway, I did everything the right way. I waited till 7:00 in the morning that night for the SANE nurse, which is like the sexual abuse, whatever, to come in and examine me, keeping on the same clothes, like doing everything like super by the book.
Right. Yeah. But immediately.
Yes, I did it immediately, and I'm not saying everybody like does it because I had been raped before and I didn't go through all this, but at this point I was like, okay, no, this is not okay. This is. So I did all of those things, and then not only did I try to press charges, when the DA said we're not going to go forward with this, I went a different route. I was going to TSU at the time, and I went through the law school, and I said, I tried to find somebody in there that could help me. Right. And then I talked to a professor. She was like, I have somebody, one of my ex-students that works there. So anyway, I found ways to press my case. They still denied it because I feel like it's politics, and it has to be beyond a reasonable doubt when it comes to criminal charges. And so I just feel like if she was saying she was raped 3 times or sexually assaulted 3 times by this man, I feel like you would think this man was a sexual predator.
Right. And you would stay away from him.
You would stay away from him. I'm not necessarily saying that, because when I was raped in college, I came around that guy because he was a friend of a friend, and we were around the same, and I was like, and I really didn't have enough respect for myself to take a step back from that. Right. And I feel like it's hard to judge what somebody would do after a sexual assault because you never know what people's mind states are. My issue is like, if he did this to you 3 times, you weren't like concerned about him doing this to other women. You weren't concerned he was a danger or he might do it to you again. Exactly. He's done it to you 3 times. Exactly. So why not go to the police and tell them this guy is a danger. He's out here. He's being a predator.
Yeah. Right.
So not once.
So how is a person able to do it 3 times?
I mean,
so how does a woman put herself in that same position?
Well, a woman doesn't have to do anything.
No, I'm just saying, how is she even around him those 3 times for him to
trainer?
Yeah, like I think she was his trainer.
Did they ever date though?
I think it was more to the situation. But if you're really being like black and white about it, once a woman says no, like if you're married to a man and he's like, and you say no, it's rape. Yeah. If he goes through with it. Right. So I understand, but I just wasn't convinced that it was like you would file criminal charges if you're really that offended. You wouldn't go file this big lawsuit against him, and then he's already said that you've like tried to ask him for money. And I've heard that from athletes that I know. It's a lot of women that just will come out and ask them for these like large amounts of money. Yeah. So it's not like the first time I've heard something like this. Yeah. So while he has his misgivings, I don't think he did it. So that's why I'm able to be on his side. And I really feel like the media really assassinated his character and his career. And I think that's unfair.
You don't think he did any part? You don't think he played any part in that? Because he was being like, whatever.
I mean, if you've ever been around these athletes, they have huge egos. Most of them are narcissists. But as women, I can't say that I'm any different, that you kind of gravitate towards that. Women want to be around that. You kind of know what you're getting, so to speak. And I'm not saying that he's the best guy. I'm not. Yeah. But I just definitely
have questions like,
Yeah, and doubts. So I'm a sports fan in the fact that I'm a pure sports fan. I don't care what you do off the court, off the field, off, whatever. Because I'm just going to watch the sports.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't care. As long as you're, like, not molesting children and killing people, right? I'm good. I don't care. If you're an asshole, okay.
You're an asshole.
What do you do on the court, though? Or what do you do on the field?
So what's your favorite NFL team?
Texans.
She done said that 300 times. When I went to New Orleans, I wore my booty shorts, and I had on my
If you'd like to see photos, you can go to Holly Heat.
Or the Holly Heat on Instagram.
Exactly. The Holly Heat. You want to get burnt? Go to the Holly Heat.
No, wait.
Never mind. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean.
That doesn't sound right.
No, not Usher Let It Burn. Not that kind of burn.
After we just got finished talking about sexual assault.
Do you think we're capable of making it to the Super Bowl?
We're doing too good right now.
I mean, we have a few issues.
What do you think those issues are? You're the expert here.
Oh yeah, I mean, our offensive line doesn't do a really good job of protecting our quarterback, who is like, I love our quarterback. Deshaun Watson is amazing. He's matching up this week with oh my gosh, look, the drink that got me up. Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, and who was, he's still in the running this year, being MVP candidate. So it's gonna be an interesting matchup.
You don't think we're gonna make it?
So
I don't know. I don't want to say that we won't. I want to always have faith in my team, but as a sports fan, it's probably the Patriots are probably gonna win again.
Texas always had problems with the offense.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
It's like it's been a hard thing to correct for the Texans.
Yeah. It's
you want some more?
Wait a minute, are you running out? Don't let it run out. Wait a minute.
Not on the heat. You better cool his heat down.
Yeah. No, I don't know about the Super Bowl stuff. And yes, we do. We have a multitude of issues. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but I don't know. I mean, I think we'll make it out the first round.
Do you
this year.
Do you watch college sports at all, or are you only into
Not really,
games?
because I went to Texas A&M University, and I was kind of scarred by the fact that we did very poorly most of the years I was there. Mm-hmm. And they make you they ingrain this super fanness in you, and you're disappointed, and you're like, oh my God.
So you don't watch any college at all?
I watch a little. I do pay attention a little college football.
Do you think college athletes should get paid?
Yeah. If everybody else is getting paid, then yeah.
Because they're performing like
fucking
professionals already.
Yes.
Do you think that they have the mental?
Yeah, I do think they have the mental. If they have anything, they got the mental.
If you don't have nothing, you better have a mental, motherfucker. Do you think basically they're capable of getting this type of money or a certain type of money and handling it well because they're in college and they're young? Or should that not matter? Should I just give it to you?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because it should be their money, and whatever they do with that is what they do with that. Now, I hope they would have somebody there to kind of advise them, but if they don't,
fuck it.
They don't do it. And at least they'll have that kind of experience before they get to professional sports where they're going to have a lot more money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So they had some practice.
No, I really don't care. More out of the pockets of people that weren't really earning it, and into the pockets of the people that do earn it.
Because these young kids work really fucking hard.
And in college,
they make us pay attention to the schools and to the kids.
Yeah. And I mean, they're more hungry there.
Do you think certain kids are being scouted?
All the way
down
all the way.
Wait for us. But do you think with that money is being given to the family, not so more so to the kid, but
I mean, yeah, yeah. Oh no, they're definitely getting benefits along the way, and I mean, of course, it hasn't been legal, but I mean, I don't care. I honestly don't care.
I think that's sad. You selling your kid.
I mean, I see what you're saying. If the parents are behind them, you have to do this, then yeah. I mean, you could split hairs with anything. Yeah. But am I going to be sad because, an agent was over here giving money, this rich man was giving money to a kid that needed it, a kid's family? No, I'm not going to be fucking sad about that.
You go, boy, you play.
No, who would be?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
Them lights gonna be on for a long time.
I mean, now if their parents are out there you have to do this and you have to do that, and they're I don't really want to do this, then that's kind of messed up. But
well, Holly Heat, it has been a pleasure.
Are we out of time?
Holly, we've been talking our ass off.
I know.
We've been talking a lot.
We be like, oh shit, we only got a so let me. This is good. I was kind of. I'm not gonna lie. I was nervous. Because I was just like, I'm not. I mean, the nipple thing is real. My nerves are in my nipples. And so I was really nervous because I'm not into sports.
Oh.
But, looking at you made it easy.
Oh, thank you.
The
Look,
sexy.
He tells me to stop
Holly
flirting.
Heat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know she's single, so I'll take her to a game and we're a couple.
Hey, let me know.
They're gonna keep it on the
Listen,
screen.
Listen,
That kiss cam gonna go around. We gotta do it.
I'm all in there. I'm all in there. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm in there.
That's
Thank
all
you so
we
much.
have this week.
It is.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for
Where
having
can everybody
me.
find you?
At Holly Heat, at the Holly Heat on Instagram, and Holly Heat Sports on YouTube.
Woohoo! That's Talking Pink. We'll see y'all next week. Bye. I'm Keita.
I'm Rachel.
Peace.
That's the heat.